everybody. Welcome into your daily sports betting show of record. This is the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by SportsLine. I am the coach, and we tell you all the time it's about money management. We were due for a regression after 4 monster days here on the show. Way too many X's for our liking, but Early Edge Live in the afternoon gave you several plays that cashed last night. So it's great to have that second show to kind of off-balance if my guys are off just a little bit. But over the last 5 or 6 days, we are killing it, so stay disciplined. All right, so housekeeping before I bring in the stars of the show. All right, today, Early Edge Live at 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll preview the first game of the the Bucks and the Hawks, and anything night, then look at our day plays as well. Golf-only episode is in your feed right now. Me and Rick G taped it last night. You want to get ready for the Travelers Championship. And then also later this week, we got a full week, PFL, Bellator, and UFC all in action this week. So my guy Ian Parker will have a special episode of that in your feed later in the week. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show. And you know to follow them on social media, but also follow us at YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification button. Let's start with the man right below me, Zack. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. I take a little bit of blame for the show's failure yesterday. I got us off on the wrong foot with the Twins play, and it just snowballed from there. But I do want to talk about Tyrone Lue in that timeout. Why did he burn that timeout in that sequence? It came after that long review of the Devin Booker turnover. I think that was just poor. One, they could have set themselves up for a 5-second call. And secondly, it pretty much essentially iced your own kicker. Paul George knows he's going to get fouled there. He had to wait extra long time to shoot those 2 free throws. And he should have had that timeout for the inbounds pass from the Phoenix Suns, whether that was Mikal Bridges' wide open 3 or that alley-oop last play.
It's why he gets paid the money and why he wouldn't put DeMarcus Cousins right in front of the inbounds pass in the last play too. That's not good coaching. A lot of mistakes made down the stretch. The fourth quarter took literally 3 hours last night. M Squared, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Definitely a frustrating day for me yesterday. 0-3 on the show. Had a lot of leans I gave out that were correct, but obviously the ones that gave out early, they definitely did not hit, but we're going to bounce back on Wednesday here. I love this slate, and I love the NBA game tonight too, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's a full day. We've got soccer, day baseball, which is M Squared's favorite thing in the world. And I love when I get to say good morning to the maestro. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Yeah, terrible day with my picks personally. But then, that happens with the Clippers, the ending the game. It just reminds you why we love sports so much. So thrilling. Even after all the delays in the fourth quarter, you get a play like that. Just really pumped me up. Let's go.
Let's go. It's Bounce Back Wednesday, so let's jump right in. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. M Squared, let's start with you.
I think the thing that stands out to me here is we just continue to see totals drop in the NBA as we get into these more important games. We get into games where things should tighten up defensively. We've seen the total drop in the Milwaukee Bucks Atlanta Hawks game 1. It's dropped about 3.5 points already. It was as high as 229.5 when it opened, down to 226 right now. I think it's going to close around 225. So a lot of big, heavy movement here towards the under as things start to tighten up defensively on both sides.
All right, keep an eye on that. We've loved the overs throughout the playoffs, but there comes that time when you got to put on the brakes and just play the sides and leave the totals alone. Maestro, do you have something for us today, sir?
Yeah, well, I was eagerly waiting for that Hawks injury report because of my bet with Mikey and Justin, and because I'm personally invested in Hawks getting at least 2 wins in the series. And I love to see Trae Young not even mentioned on the injury report, which he was towards the end of that Philly series. And I also love to see Cam Reddish practicing, questionable, upgraded questionable, not a good offensive player, but 6'8", huge wingspan. He could help on defense, which they're going to need, and a few extra minutes from Cam Reddish would really help the rest of the roster. So I was pumped up to that, but of course, Bogey still questionable.
People talk all the time about the camaraderie within this show, but at the end of the day, as the maestro just alluded to, it's all about me. It's all about his bet with the 2 guys, that's for sure. All right, now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not following us at SportsLine, what in the world are you doing? Now, use the promo code EDGE, and we're going to give you 30 days for free. If you have somebody new, a friend, tell them, have them use the promo code EDGE. We want the community to continue to grow in leaps and bounds. Now, the reason we were a little bit late coming on the air today, we were having a discussion. We were taking a couple plays off the board, adding a couple plays to the board. So here is what we have from SportsLine. We're going to start with our bread and butter from SportsLine, Euro 2020. Boy, how much fun has it been watching these games, being able to play a little bit on them. So Martin Green, he has been our guy. So he has picks for every single game at SportsLine. He's on France to win, which we're playing here at the show, plus 125. If you want to blindly follow him, excuse me, my goodness, it's cold is kicking my butt. He's also on the under. We're not playing the under here at the show because we did it yesterday, and it just didn't feel right to bet on a team to win and then also bet on the under. So we're taking the under off, but I just want to let you know Martin Green is on the under as well. Then we're going to go to Slovakia, Spain. It's starting at the exact same time because it's the last day of group play. We're going to go over 2.5 in that game, over 2.5. So France to win and over 2.5 in that Spain-Slovakia game. Then let's go to basketball. We're going to be on the Hawks tonight, courtesy Mike Barner, who's been terrific for us in the NBA. +8 over the Bucks. He has a lot of reasons for it. You can read his recap at SportsLine, 8:30 Eastern tip. Game 1, we'll take the Hawks, and we'll get 8. Then in that game, a prop, John Collins, over 14.5 points. This is from Prop Stars, one of our newest cappers at SportsLine. They're going to be amazing. They'll be on the show starting in July. We're going to go John Collins over 14.5 points 2 times this year against the Bucks. He scored 18. He scored 30. He is now the number 2 option for the Hawks, and we expect him to play 36 minutes or more. Take the over 14.5 points. Then Justin Perry, Jay Smooth, just couldn't stay off the show today, so he sends us in a pick. We're going to go A's on the run line, -1.5 over the Rangers. Mike Fultonavich, and I always butcher his name, may be the worst pitcher in baseball. Give us the A's. They scored a lot last night. We expect them to do it a lot again today. All right, those are your 5 plays from SportsLine. We're grinding. Now, it's Bounce Back Wednesday, so I've got to bounce back with my welcome to the first capper on the show. All right, M Squared, it's Wednesday. Let's laser focus, refocus, shoulders back, chest up, chin out. You know the drill, son. Give it to me.
All right, Coach, I'll start by saying I love that play from Justin on the A's. It was very close to making my betting card early this morning. I've elected to use them all heavily in daily fantasy this afternoon. But my first play here is going to be the Chicago White Sox on the run line. Very early start time for them here in Pittsburgh. Dylan Cease on the mound. If you followed me at all, you know that there's one specific thing that I really like to look for starting pitchers, and that's going to be a younger starting pitcher that has good stuff, has good expected numbers, that's going to get a shift in environment. And that's what he gets today. Pitching in a much better pitching environment in Pittsburgh. Also, the league shift, not going to have to face a designated hitter. Those 2 things can't be overstated enough for younger pitchers. They'll learn to adapt and deal with it as they get throughout their career. But early days, in the first 5 years in the league, this is important for them. That's what we get today. 296 weighted on base average, expected slugging super low. On the other side, Chase DeYoung, not good at all. He's up to 63 innings in his career, 374 weighted on base average allowed in those 63 innings. Even worse so far in limited 15 to 20 innings so far this season. 2.5 home runs per 9 innings. And then we've got Marvin Hudson behind home plate. He's a very neutral umpire overall. However, in his last 4 games, we've had 10 plus runs in all of them. A higher scoring run environment like that definitely helps this White Sox offense more than it does for the Pirates. So I'm taking them on the run line, -1.5, coming back at even money.
Yeah, plus they lost last night. We know in baseball, that's really one of the factors that gets a team going in the middle of a 162-game grind is a loss the day before as well. Love all those nuggets. All right, Zack Attack, you've got 2 plays today. What do you have, pal?
I'm going to jump in on the Tampa Bay Rays, -140. I think it's the right spot to get back on them today. They've lost 7 straight, but you examine their losses, 3 straight have been in extra innings, including yesterday, 9-5 to the Boston Red Sox. I think this is not going to go in extra innings against Garrett Richards after the bullpen was overextended yesterday with Eduardo Rodriguez. So lay the price here on the Rays. And then the Padres, -115. I'll take them to complete the 3-game series sweep over the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers are struggling to score, just 2 runs Monday, 2 runs Tuesday. You look at Trevor Bauer, he's been a little bit unsteady, and on the road, he's just 1-7 over his last 8 games. Take the Padres.
Yeah, the Padres certainly seem to have their mojo back out here where I live in Southern California. We get all the Padres games, we get all the Dodgers games, and the Padres are certainly the team that is starting to ramp itself up as far as the community is concerned as well. All right, Maestro, chomping at the bit. Sir, the floor is yours.
All right, Coach, got two small dogs for you today. The Nationals early start, Eric Fetty, 20 straight scoreless innings on the mound against Velasquez, who has got a 7.88 ERA his last 4 starts. He's also worse in the daytime. Nats have won 8 of 9. I like the price. I'm going to stick with the Nats. And then out west, the Rockies, 5-29 now on the road, only scored 1 run yesterday. And Marquez on the mound, he's been worse, much worse away from Coors Field and much worse in the daytime. And I like the Mariners to also get their 9th win in their last 10 games.
And pay attention to the start times today. We have afternoon baseball that we will certainly discuss on the live stream, Early Edge Live, with Zack, Mike, and Jay Smooth this afternoon. So get those plays in. Do it right now as soon as we get off the air. All right. It's a full card. Grab your paper. Grab your pencils. We are up against it. All right, M Squared just 1 play so far, but he will be having more on the Early Edge live stream today. We're on the White Sox on the run line, -1.5. Then Zack Attack, he's on the Rays and the Padres on the money line. Then the Maestro, he's on the Nationals early start, 1 Eastern time. By the way, White Sox, 12:35 Eastern is the first pitch there. And we're going to go Nationals and Mariners for the Maestro. And then from SportsLine, 5 big plays. France to win. Spain, Slovakia over 2.5. The Hawks +8. John Collins over 14.5 points. And then the A's on the run line, -1.5. That game is from Jay Smooth. Then the gym today, just a 2-way parlay, +332. I like that number. France to win in soccer, and then the Maestro is going to come through with those Nationals on the money line. I feel it. I just feel it. And that gym could be over by, 4 in the afternoon? Maybe, just maybe, this is crazy, we might have a second gym on the live stream today. I'm just saying. All right. I feel good. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. We'll see you today at 5 Eastern. Straight to the pay window. For M Squared, for Zack Attack, for the Maestro, and for Greg. Do not call him Gary, our producer. I am the coach. We bounce back today right here on the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.